Don't wait till the battle's over. Don't wait till the struggle ends. Shout now, shout now, right now. Shout now, shout now. Don't wait till you make it.
Hey everyone, welcome to the PHILLIP Show, and it is such a great day outside. Grab your coffee. Let me tell you what, hold on. Let me tell you what coffee I'm drinking today. I normally don't know, but today I'm drinking Clover Valley, and it says Ultimate Caffeine, and it's only a medium roast. This is really good. And I put a hazelnut situation in there. I know. But anyway, so grab yours, and we're just going to get into it. So, you know, this time of year, it's spring. The weather's getting nice. We're coming up on some different holidays. And one of the things that everybody wants to do when the weather's nice, specifically because we are at a different place in COVID, some of the protocols have changed. People are a little bit freer, not too free, but people are a little bit freer to do a lot of the things they want to do, gather a little bit more. But the cool thing is people can sit on patios, and everybody wants, when the weather is like it is today, everybody wants to go to that really hip spot that has really awesome food and a great atmosphere, right? Everybody's looking for that place to go where they can just kind of meet safely and just eat the best food and just relax in a wonderful atmosphere with wonderful service. And it's just one of those days. Well, today here in Yellow Springs, I am excited to introduce to you the owner of a place called the Winds Cafe. Now, this is one of my fave spots here in Yellow Springs, and you're going to soon learn why. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to the owner. Her name is Miss Mary Kay. Mary Kay, how are you doing today?
Good. Beautiful day here in Yellow Springs.
Isn't it though? Can you even believe it? It seems like yesterday there was snow.
Yeah. Well,
amazing.
It's Ohio. It could be again.
Oh, wait, don't say that. It might hear you. Don't say that. So we're here in Yellow Springs, and I want to do a little bit of backstory. Then we're going to get into your businesses. So for you, you own this business. Are you originally from Yellow Springs?
Oh, no. I grew up about 11 miles from here in Beaver Creek.
Beaver Creek. And when did you come to Yellow Springs?
I came here in 1978.
Okay. Wow. So you've been here for a minute.
Yeah, for a long time.
Yeah, for a long time. So how did you get started? I mean, you have the Winds. It's awesome. We're going to talk a lot about, you know, the culture of it and all of that. But how did you get started in, you know, the restaurant entrepreneur industry?
Oh, I just kind of fell into it. The restaurant started in 1977 as a collective, and I started working here late in 1977, and members kept falling by the wayside, and I and my former partners kept buying up other people, and it was, you know, it was just, I really fell into it. I started subbing as a dishwasher and then fell in love with cooking, and, you know, just kind of went from there. It wasn't very intentional, that's for certain.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. So you have the Winds Cafe. And it looks like where you are right now, are you at the winery?
Yeah, I'm at the wine cellar right next door.
Okay, so you're at the wine cellar next door. So we're going to come back to the Winds, but how did you go from the Winds and then open a wine cellar?
Well, we've always been really interested in wine. And just like what we do at the restaurant, we try to support local and small family-owned companies and products. And we were selling wines like that next door, hard to find, things you wouldn't see at big box stores, a lot of esoterica. And so when this building next door became available, it was just a natural that we should be able to sell these wines because people were having a difficult time finding them. And so, yeah, it was natural. And I love wine, and I love teaching people about wine. So,
oh, wow. Wow, teaching people about wine, that's got to be difficult.
It's not as hard as you think.
Oh, really?
People don't give themselves enough credit about the things they can discern in flavors. You know, I always use the analogy when I'm doing a wine class. It's how many people drink Pepsi, how many people drink Coke, and everybody has really strong opinions. And I said, if you can differentiate those two flavors, then wine tasting is going to be a breeze for you.
Oh, wow. I never thought about it like that.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so you have the wine cellar. Now let's go back to the wins. Now there's a front of the house where it seems a little bit more casual, but then you have this semi-private area in the back. You also have a patio and a full bar. Would you consider the wins to be more upscale? What would you say the culture of the wins is?
I like to call it casual fine dining, very casual.
Casual fine dining.
Because of our location and close to the bike path and lots of tourists and just locals too. It's a casual. We like to push some boundaries with our food, sometimes successfully and sometimes not. But you don't have to be dressed up to come.
Okay.
You can be in your bike shorts and sweaty with your helmet, or you can be, you can have your suit jacket on, and hopefully you feel comfortable any which way you are.
Sure. So it's kind of like for all occasions and for all walks of life and for all scenarios.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, is this a place? So for that, do people book wedding parties? Do they ever rent out the place?
I try not to rent the whole restaurant out, and especially during COVID, our protocol hasn't changed.
Gotcha.
For restaurants, our governor hasn't changed any protocols, wisely, I think, but we're still not allowed to have any parties over 10.
Gotcha.
So that kind of precludes any kind of big celebrations.
Right. That makes total sense. That makes total sense. Now, does your location take reservations, or is it all just walk-in?
No, we take a lot of reservations. In fact, we prefer reservations so people can get seated when they'd like. And because we do a lot of fresh product, it's always good for us to have a handle on how many people are coming. Yeah.
So you talked about sometimes the cuisine, some things are hit or miss. Tell me how you came up with the cuisine, and kind of briefly describe what that is. What is the style of food that you would get at the Wins? Well,
I know we've talked previous about this, but I always say, we were local before it was local, and local is a very thrown around word anymore, and I don't think it has a lot of meaning to a lot of people anymore. But it's the kind of thing that we've done since the very beginning. Reaching out to farmers and trying to find everything we can as much and preserve as much as we can, freeze, dehydrate during the season. So we have, beautiful dehydrated tomatoes in the middle of winter because we've done that during the summer. So as far as our cuisine, I always say it's European, Mediterranean inspired with American ingredients. Obviously we don't have some of the same ingredients that they have in Europe, but it's inspired by that.
Okay. And do you come up with it yourself?
I'm obviously inspired by many chefs, and the chefs that I've worked with, and especially my chef now, Roland, who is, an inspiration to me. He's young, but he has so many great ideas and he's so creative. So, he's a constant inspiration, and we work really well trying to come up with new dishes. If I have a dish and I feel like it's not quite right, then he'll say, oh, it needs a little more acid or some lemon, or needs a bump, or it's like, okay, let's try that. And usually it works. So.
Yeah, that collaboration, like two heads are better than one.
Yeah. And, over the years, I've learned not to be too territorial about my food and not to have such a huge ego about it, because the things that I've really held on to sometimes have been the things that have failed because I wouldn't listen to anybody else's comment about it.
You know what? That is such a life lesson.
Yeah.
That's just a life lesson. We can hold on to things and just not listen because we think that that's what's right and that's what's needed, and we just stick to our guns.
Yeah.
And there's people around us saying, hey, what about this? No.
Yeah.
Wow, that permeates in all walks of life. Wow, that was a good one. Yeah. So you talked about your chef. He's a young guy, and I know that not only is the Winds known for great food and a great atmosphere, which we're going to get to, it's also known for amazing service from all of your staff. What is, and I know you, of course, you hire local, but what would you say your service philosophy is that propels your staff to be so involved with providing excellent service?
Well, we try to get everyone to try our food all the time. You know, we have a menu tasting, and we're constantly, you know, letting the staff try the dishes, and they get to critique things as well. So because their voice is as if a customer is critiquing it. So we want to hear what people have to say, not just I don't like this, or it's not my cup of tea. We want a real critique, like it needs more salt, or there's too many herbs, or whatever. We want some honest feedback. I'm not going to lie. It's COVID, after being shut down, it's been difficult to rebuild staff. It's been that way for many, many people. I'm lucky to have some long-term employees that have come back and are happy to mentor some new staff.
Okay.
But it's been a bumpy road. Yeah. I'm not gonna candy coat that one too much. But we try to make sure our staff knows, be friendly. Don't be too, you don't have to be everybody's pal, but make sure that they know that they're welcome, no matter who or what, or that everybody's welcome here. Be respectful. Those things go a long way.
They do. They really do. And every single time that I've been there, the food is magnificent, period. But I was always impressed with the interest of the staff to ensure that service was just great. It's like they took an interest in what I was doing, and they gave feedback and they gave suggestions if you had questions, just very interested. And I really appreciated that. It made the dining experience just a lot more enjoyable. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm
glad to hear that.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna leave a comment card.
Yeah.
So not only do you try and use local things for the wine cellar for some of the ingredients, but you also feature local artists and works of art in your establishment. Can you tell us a little bit about the aesthetic of the art in your in the Winds?
Yeah, I really enjoy art, and there's so many wonderful Yellow Springs artists. I mean, I couldn't show them all.
Yeah,
I could, but my interest in art is very diverse. So you might see somebody who does a lot of abstract art, sculpture, a lot of three-dimensional things that you don't usually see in restaurants, and a lot of representational things as well. So, but it changes every 2 months. So the dining room has a new look every 2 months.
Wow.
Which is really nice for me.
Yeah. Well, huh?
It's never boring.
Well, it's never boring. It keeps it fresh for you, as well as for the people who come to dine, because there's always a new experience every 2 months.
Yeah, and it's a little bit difficult now. People can't get up and walk around and look at the art the way they could pre-COVID because of the 6-foot distancing that we have to have in the restaurant. So we've kind of told people, just come in a slow time, or before we open or after we open, and you can walk around and really look at it. But that's been a little challenging too. But
yeah, there's particularly I can imagine. There's particularly you have some pottery that you feature from a local artist, and I actually went to high school with him. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, that's Nason from Miami Valley Pottery, and he. I know we talked that you know him from high school, but he was one of my all-star busing team when he was in high school, he and a couple of his friends. And so I got to know him and followed, his college career. And when he moved back and opened his studio, I just loved his work. And so, I wanted it to be at the restaurant, and our food looks great on it. And so, we're doing another collaboration right now. He just made these Moroccan tagines for us that he's going to fire on his next firing. And he was making them anyway. He was making big ones, but he made one that's more a restaurant size for a single or two people. So we're real excited about that.
So for the people out there who may not know, and by the people out there, I mean me, what is a tagine?
A tagine is it's a pot that you cook in. It has a lid and it's cone shaped. So you put vegetables or meat in it, and you put this cone on it, ceramic or pottery, and you put it in a hot oven, and the juices and the steam come up, and they fall back down, and they go back up, and they fall back down, and it sort of braises. And usually it has some spice combination of sweet and warm spices, and typically served with couscous or rice or something. But it's just a dish that really needs that vessel to be great. It can be good, but it'll be great in that vessel. It also sort of has the wow factor when you take it to the table. It's like, whoosh.
Yeah. Wow. I'm gonna have to see that. Say it again.
Tagine.
Tagine.
Yeah.
Well, that's my new word for the day. I'm gonna use it everywhere.
Okay.
I'm gonna use it even just where it doesn't even go. I'm gonna say I'm feeling real tagine today. just where it doesn't even go.
Right. That's great.
Oh my God. So there's one of the things that I really, really enjoy about your brand and your philosophy of local is that it's like a give back to the community. And I really love that because I think that you feel that, and you can look around and it is so indicative of the culture here. And I just love it. If you were to tell somebody that's watching, whether they're in Yellow Springs or elsewhere who may be visiting Yellow Springs, what would be one thing that you want them to know about the Wynn's Cafe and the wine cellar? What's that one thing that sets it apart?
Gosh, I haven't been asked that before.
It's kind of well, we kind of talked about it already. There's so many individualistic things that you have going on there. That is,
I think it is. Again, you and I have talked about this before. I think previously, just in regular conversation. But it's going out to eat is so much more. Restaurants are so much more than just the food. And I think people have learned that during the pandemic. This is a place of community, and we've had people fall in love at the Wynn's Cafe. We've had people make friends, lifelong friends. We've had people that of course have passed away, and we've been part of that process with people. Birth of children. There's so much that's more than the food that people get from coming to, I think, our restaurant, but restaurants in general. And that's why they were so missed during the pandemic. They're really a part of a community and a culture of celebration and gathering and hospitality and so many other things that you can't even imagine.
Yeah, I agree. It's an experience. It's the whole experience. And that's one of the things that I just love about the Wynn's. You get so many experiences, and you get to use your senses, your sight, your smell, feeling, and things just to take it all in. The rotation of art, it's an entire experience. Mary Kay, thank you so much for joining me today. And I'll probably see you in just a few, because I will be coming to your location and eating some food. And you guys just hang on, because we're going to go to the Wynn's Cafe, and I'm going to show you the inside and why this place is so fantastic. Mary Kay, thank you so much again.
Thank you, Philip.
You're welcome. And I am going to,
You're a real gem. You know that.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. And I am going to see you soon. So you guys hold on and I'll be right back. All right, so here we go. I'm going to one of my fave spots here in Yellow Springs. It's called the Winds Cafe, and I will see you inside. So we're inside and we're here at the Winds Cafe and I'm super excited. If you've never been here, you need to come. It is for all occasions. You can have your wedding shower here, your birthday party here, your first date here, your after school snack here, whatever you want to do, you can have it here. And I'm super excited. You saw from some of the pictures, they have art on the walls. All along here, there is art. So it's a very eclectic, artsy kind of vibe, and the food reflects that. Now I'm gonna try mine in a minute. I got the grilled lamb chop. Wait, did I get that? I got the grilled lamb chops, and they look too good. I thought they were gonna be small, but they got me on. There's 2 plates, and I'm gonna one's gonna be to go. Don't tell nobody I told you. But the other thing that I got was the lemon. There was a big long name after it, and I don't know how to say it, but it's a lemon something salad, and that's gonna be great. So what were we talking about when we first started? And we were talking to Mary Kay, and we were talking about how she got here and what the business is all about. It's really all about following your passion, being inspired by your dreams, and seeing where they go. And guess what? She did all of that. She touched the lives of all of these people, and now here's a business giving jobs and employment to the community even during this particular time of pandemic, you know? So during this time, I'm super excited. Oh, they got a new menu. Let me show you. So when you come, know what you're looking at. There's a whole new menu here. It's really great, and it's in the heart of Yellow Springs, which is super awesome. And just to be fancy, I just want you to see my iced tea. So today, during this time, find somebody that you are enjoying. Think about somebody that you care about, and reach out. Maybe take them out to dinner. I know a good place if you don't know one. All right, so hold on. So let's try these lamb chops. I'm sorry. Are they lamb chops? Lamb chops. Let's try them and see. Oh my goodness, so good. And when I tell you I've never had a lamb chop before, so I'm gonna give this place, there's some people coming in, so I'm not gonna take up their time or mess up their spot. So you guys have a good one. I'm gonna be here at the Winds Cafe in Yellow Springs, Ohio, eating my lamb chops, and just remember, don't forget, you are the best you in the world. Hey, this is Phillip, and I am so excited to share your stories, inspiration, uniqueness, individuality, authenticity. If you would like to share your story with the PHILLIP Show and possibly be featured as a guest on the show, please click the link below and share your story. Now, let me give you a disclaimer. I will not be on social media looking through the thread and reading stories. So if you want to ensure that your story gets to me, it needs to come through the link that I've provided so I can read it there. Every story is important, every story is unique, and every story has the opportunity to positively impact someone's life. We all have a story. What's yours?
Don't wait till